Urner.
Yeah.
He is a photographer and an old friend. He was also a professional wrestler for
Why,
years.
why'd you call me old?
I mean, you look like a very young man.
Thank you.
You do. You look younger than I do, and we're probably 10 years difference in age.
Accurate.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is Ray Urner. He is
Yeah.
a photographer. He has been for many years. I met him through professional wrestling together. He was a wrestler there with the company we wrestled for, as well as he always did a lot of the photography. Um, like, just tell us a little about how you got into it. What made you get the passion of photography?
Well, you know what? Like anybody who's ever picked up a camera, I like photography since I was a kid. I've been taking pictures with my mom's camera, blah blah blah. So it was 2008. I was going through like a really ugly breakup at the time, and I was on my laptop. I was enrolled in grad school at the time at University of Idaho. So I'm picking going through. I'm picking my courses, and I'm like, fuck it. I just closed my laptop. And there's like I dropped out of grad school. I just like signed up for photography school just like that because I was thinking to myself, oh, I spent so many years in school. I don't feel like writing more papers. I don't feel like studying for more finals. I just want to go do something fun. So I got a secondhand Canon Rebel from a buddy of mine. Just like started playing around with it. I had no freaking idea how to use it. I don't know what all these buttons do. I thought I have this fancy camera. I take a picture and I get better pictures. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Doesn't work out that way.
No.
So I took an intro class at Douglas College. I was like, okay, this is friggin' awesome. I learned like just like the basics of the camera, and then I wanted to learn more. So I signed up at Focal Point, which is a photography school near UBC, and I spent a couple years there. I took studio stuff, weddings, business, basically just anything I could get my hands on. Like the camera never left my hands. Fast forward a year, I guess it was like 2009, I shot my first ever wedding. It was a buddy's wedding in the Dominican Republic. So that was the first ever wedding I shot.
That's awesome.
Then I shot my second solo wedding a couple years later in Mexico. So my first two weddings were for friends, and they were beach weddings, so they were awesome. And then I just got hooked from there. I started shooting weddings, and then my wife Mandy got into bodybuilding, so then I had to learn fitness photography.
Yeah.
So my two main specialties now are fitness and weddings.
No,
it's freaking awesome. I love it. I seriously, I love it more than wrestling.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's good to find that passion later on too, because it's like when you hit a certain age and you kind of see what your passions were before, kind of like behind you, and you're like, what do I got now? And you create something else that you never knew you were really that into.
Yep.
And now you're just like you're full force ahead into it, and it's nice to be your own boss and do what you like to do for a living. And for you to find that it's unbelievable. And like doing it, I know for the first little while was probably just out of your pocket, just for being a good guy and just like trying to like do that grind of just making a name for yourself.
Elbow grease, they say.
And you did it. I saw wrestling this like phenomenal pictures, and like I know with the day that we're living in right now, the days that we're living in, it's probably affected business like greatly to a point where like what do you do now with no weddings, like, or no wrestling shows or no fitness events? And then like obviously you're still going to be taking pictures of fitness models and stuff. They're willing to take those pictures, but
you know what? There's no competitions right now.
Yeah, so it's got to be tough. So how have you adapted? Like,
well, as far as weddings go, I knew I was going to get completely hosed on that. So I was talking to all my 2020 brides. Pretty much every bride I have is like, yeah, we're just going to do it in 2021 if that's cool. So if we can just rebook for then, that'd be awesome. So, sure, no problem. And then a bunch of them are like, you know what? We're just gonna do something small this summer. Can we just do it anyway? So I've been shooting a lot of like elopement style weddings.
Oh yeah.
So those are definitely a big thing right now.
Oh, that's good. I mean, like I'm actually that brings like home to me because my best friend, I'm his best man, and one of Aaron's best friend. He's marrying one of Aaron's best friends that met at our wedding. She came out from Ontario for the wedding, and met my best man, and they hit it off, and now they're getting married. She moved out here for him, but they were planning their wedding this summer, and they've had to basically plan 3 weddings now because it was planning a wedding that had to be canceled, now planning a backyard wedding, but also next year they want to have a big celebration still at the place they booked because they still want to get married now. They want to be married. But they had all this family coming from Ontario and stuff, and they've had to deal with this. And
that's what most couples are doing right now.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are getting married, the smaller weddings this summer, they still want to have a giant party next year.
Yeah, that's understandable because if you've been married, so
I have.
Yeah, and I
still am.
Still am, and I am too. And that is a very special day that means a lot. And like having those pictures is like you need those for the rest of your lives. And when you can take it in those establishments and buildings and places that you're not at every day, they're not a backyard. It's next level. It means a lot to people. So like you're probably making the money on the backyard weddings and stuff, and you're doing these pictures, but you want to be making them feel like the most elegant.
Exactly. I want to be shooting them as big as possible. I want to be able to like give them like giant acrylic prints for their wall, like these awesome albums.
Yeah.
And no one's really doing that for like small backyard weddings.
But it's nice that like you've been able to kind of like go into a certain direction, like knowing that this is going to be affected here, and like kind of change your business direction just for the time you need it to be. Like you can't be dwindling as a young, like an entrepreneur. You can't just dwindle and twiddle your thumbs as this basically sack of bricks hits you in the face.
Well, honestly, even in the past few months with this whole COVID thing, I've been like so ridiculously busy, just like making work for myself. Like I've been doing just like a lot of the boring stuff that just you always say, yeah, I'll do that when I have time. Like, updating my website, updating the SEO, all the blogs, blah, blah, blah. But right now, I'm actually shooting a lot of engagement couples. Like everybody wants to get out and shoot. They want to do stuff.
Yeah, people are antsy. They want to get out.
So I'm doing basically like 2-3 engagement shoots a week right now.
Oh, nice.
It's awesome.
So that's great to hear. And I feel like that's what people need to be doing like adapting, changing what they are dedicating their time to, what they're doing to succeed. Because if you're just sitting at home, you're just waiting for yourself to fail, and that's not what entrepreneurs are built on. So that doesn't make any sense for people that have taken that step to work for themselves and be their only source of income. Like they are their source of income, and you're gonna strap yourself down and just stop. And it's a really messed up time right now. That it's nice to see people like you adapting and realizing you can't just be crippled during these times. Don't just rely on that money they're promising you. And
the mindset I had at the beginning was, okay, I'm probably going to be down for like 2-3 months. How can I like strengthen myself to come out of this stronger? Not only than me before, but like everybody else.
Yeah.
Like how can I freaking dominate?
Yeah, and that's perfect. That's what we love to hear here. If anybody in the Port Coquitlam area, Tri-Cities, Lower Mainland are interested in any photography, this is the man to do it.
Hell yeah.
Known him for many years, reliable, talented. Also, he did photos for us while we were building this company.
I didn't have the best models.
No, I'm not very good.
I did what I could.
He took off the extra poundage that I asked him to, but it was I can't say anything but nice about this man. Aww. He is a hardworking individual. Name of your photography company?
It's a very original name. It's Ray Urner Photography.
Oh, beautiful. So hit it up. Do you have a website?
Yeah, www.rayurnerphotography.com. I'm sure we'll link it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll pop it in the video and then check them out. We're hoping to have them come in every once in a while and get to know some of our members for possible work. Because we all know media goes hand in hand with business. So if you need your photography and you need your photos to be taken for you, this is definitely the guy to go to. So
And if you have all these entrepreneurs and stuff coming in, maybe I should think about running a headshot special kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%.
That's not the
Yeah,
worst
sounds
idea.
like a good idea. So,
Okay. I'm gonna get on a little something.
yeah, and we got our green screen studio. We're starting up in the next couple days. So
Can't
once
wait.
that is built, definitely members looking, or even non-members, people in the area looking for some work done in a professional studio for your business or just for yourself. Urner Photography.
.com.
Thank you. This has been PoCommunity. This guy, born and raised in Poco. So
I'm a South Sider by heart.
awesome. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.